On this International Women's Day, we recognized and honored the remarkable accomplishment to the women in the technology field. Together, we foster an environment that cherishes diversity and nurture inclusivity. Our prestigious guest today is prominent voice in the tech community. She is known from everyone, but let me provide her the platform she deserved. As I take a moment to welcome Tricia. She is an Microsoft MVP in a business application category. And I would like to request if she can provide her short intro to our audience, and then we will start the conversation. Over to you, Tricia.
Thank you so much, Ambesh. So, I'm Tricia Sinclair, and I am how do you put it? I don't know how to describe myself, but basically, I am a Microsoft MVP. I specialize in Dynamics customer service, omni-channel, digital contact center platform, which includes Nuance Technology, Power Virtual Agent, now Copilot Studio, also now Copilot for Service or Copilot in Service, anything that's related to service. That's where I like to throw my hat, learn about, talk about. I actually spend most of my time now not necessarily speaking out. Like I try to do a lot of blogging, but I haven't actually done as much in the last year, whilst I actually like work on helping get the product to the state that it should be to compete with other CRM, other CCaaS solutions. So I've been spending a lot more time on behind the scenes support versus in front of the scenes. But that's who I am. That's what I do. That's what I like to do. Currently, I'm also the European business. Currently, I'm also the European customer service COE lead for Avanade, which basically means that I am at Avanade's disposal to act as an SME for customer service, DCCP, contact center, etc.
Okay, that's wonderful. I think you have a lot to say about you, and if you start telling about you, I think the day would be less because of your contribution and yeah, the work you do, honestly. But on that note, maybe I would like to know that how your typical day look like, Tricia, like morning to evening, or maybe in general, like your something related what you do or what you love to do in your pastime, apart from work and the community work.
What do I do that's not work? Okay, so my typical day, I think, would be easier. I do actually spend pretty much my days immersed in customer service at Avanade. So I it's pretty much mainly meetings, but it's meetings about how can we bring the
Hmm.
best of the product to our customers. How can we solution to make sure that we are meeting not only their requirements, but actually in a way that's going to meet future requirements that they have. Also, being able to challenge and ensure that the teams actually understand what's coming up the stack, what we should actually be thinking about from a strategical point of view for customer service and contact center, supporting on making sure that we are all trained in what's coming up, what's new, ensuring that the feedback that we're getting from our customers is actually going to the Microsoft product group, ensuring that the Microsoft product group are aligned with the challenges that we're having, the issues that we're having, where to focus on in terms of the product,
Yeah.
testing the newer functionality that will be coming out, anything that's in preview, private preview. And then I have a charity called Power Platform School, which aims to um, introduce people from a diverse background into technology through the learning and mentorship, learning of the Power Platform and mentorship of people in the Power Platform community. We are at the moment rebuilding this from scratch, so it's taking a lot of my time. Right now, we had a couple of focus groups, I think a month or two ago,
Hmm.
and we have a long list of now um, lessons that we are going to be you know, presenting instead of
Yeah.
the inner days that we had before. So effectively revamping it means that we can broaden this opportunity out to not just people like in the Black community, but a wider community as well. So that's taking up a lot of our time, or a lot of my time. And then also, it's not taking up my time now, but in a quick month or two, it will start to. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also a third of the Microsoft quiz team, and as Scottish Summit is coming up, then we will also be looking for captains. We will be preparing our quiz, our quiz. We
Yep.
will be making sure that the logistics are there for the quiz. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes for that. So pretty much that tends to be my day. I also do the user group. So last night we had the virtual user group, which I
Mm-hmm.
missed because I was with a customer currently in Poland. Um, so normally I would be helping there as well. And the week before we had the in-person user group for London, in person, as I mentioned before, in Paddington. So I also helped there as well. So all in all, just a little bit of things here and there, just to make sure that um, I actually
Cool.
get to be a part of this amazing community and I get to
Mm-hmm.
have fun, because that is what I somehow see as fun. And, we get to do stuff.
Awesome. And then the next one would be something like, what drives your passion for technology?
So I've always been in technology. I remember when my parents got their first computer. Back when I was in, was it high school? Actually, I think I was like late primary school. So I just left primary school, just entering high school. I won't say how long ago that was. You can probably figure it out from my LinkedIn. And I don't know why, but I like for some reason taught myself HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and then it like it was just a natural thing for me to want to do. So I never really thought about, oh, is this something I should do? Or it was something that I wanted to do. So I actually learned on W3 schools and other like websites. And then I had the opportunity to study abroad, and my it was between broadcast media journalism and computing. And my
Okay.
dad, because like my parents thankfully covered my tuition, but on the basis that I didn't do journalism.
Okay. Okay, that's great. Um, okay, maybe the another one here, like what advice or the tips you would like to share with aspiring women in the tech field?
The advice that I would give is, to be honest, I want to give advice to women, but I also want to give advice to men. The advice I want to give to women is to it can be hard. It can be hard because a lot of women are socialized and
Mhm.
trained from a young age to not be public, to step back and allow other people to speak and to be the good girl,
Yeah.
right? To be the good person, which basically means that sometimes you can be overrun, right? I also have that problem. I saw my therapist, and I worked out that I actually have um, how do you put it? I'm not too nice, but I don't say, I sometimes don't say what I think
Hmm.
because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or I don't want to cause any issues, and that's just not acceptable, especially in a business setup. So I personally want to encourage women to speak up. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary, because if we don't speak up, then you like someone else might also be feeling the same thing. And by speaking up, we can encourage other people to speak up, and things can actually change. And when I say things can change, it is slightly improving, but I'm not going to basically sit here and say, okay, yeah, everything's changing, it's great. What I will say is that if you're not 100% keen on something, speak up to inspire the change that you want. Make a plan to inspire the change you want. Find a mentor, find a coach, find someone who can help you to inspire and be the change that you want to be. And that does sound a bit like be the change, but it
Yeah.
literally is. I have had mentors and coaches
Mm-hmm.
in my time, and I still have them, and they do, like, they are telling me to speak up, but it is uncomfortable. But it's only when I actually do speak up that I actually get what I want or get what I need in order to be successful. So they are right, but it does take time to overcome that level of uncomfortability. And to be honest, I don't know if it ever goes away because for me it hasn't, but I will encourage other people to do it as well in terms of speaking up in a nice way. You can still do it in a nice way.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes, to be honest, you can't do it in a nice way, and that makes it a little bit harder because sometimes I try to do it in a nice way, and when you do it in a nice way, people still ignore you. So then you
Mm-hmm.
actually have to change how you're saying it in order to drive, to make them understand or say it multiple times. Um, Now, the advice I want to give to guys is please listen. If you have a colleague, if you have a friend, if you have someone speaking up, it's not for you to um, relate because there's a difference between being able to relate and being able to empathize.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you identify as a woman, then what your role is to listen and support and allow the space for her to explain what what her issue is or what her needs are, and
True.
then together we can actually make that change. But you won't actually be able to help make the change unless you allow her to explain and listen.
Yeah, true. So, thank you, Tricia, for sharing your insight. I'm really honored to hear all of these things, and I'm really confident as well that this conversation will inspire and guide the other women, towards achieving their full potentials. And on that note, we are almost to the end of our conversation. So, thank you again, Tricia, to find some time for us. I know you were quite busy. It's early in the morning, and thanks again to be our graceful guest. And all of the viewers, please subscribe to channels for more content like this or around business application or the Power Platform. And as we continue our journey towards the inclusivity and empowerment, each steps contribute to a brighter futures, for women in the tech. And I wish you again, Tricia, and everyone a happy International Women's Day. So thank you, and we are signing off for now. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.